Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rockford Ewan, and I'm standing here with Zane Alex, and we're going to talk about his late night talk show, Late Night with Zane. Welcome to Double Trouble Video Productions, man. It's been an honor to see. I've seen quite a bit of your late night talk show. Pretty impressive, yet it's something to see, man. So tell me about it.
It's a semi-controversial show that let people come and give their thoughts, their opinions to certain topics that I, the host, or the audience choose, and it's no holds barred. Like for people to be themselves, to enjoy the show, relax, and let's take it in any direction it go. We try not to have any personal attacks on the show, but we can talk on any topic with no holds barred.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of your shows. They can be pretty explosive. How do you handle those type of situations since you have an open platform of that retrospect? You know, how do you what are the key techniques that you use to keep the crowd from overpowering what you're really trying to do?
Well, as I said, the rules are simple. No personal attacks. You can talk on the topics. No names in your topics. You know, you can't point out somebody for hateration and make attacks on them.
So what are some of the topics that you like to play on, as far as what is Late Night with Zane's topic? I know you touch on, but what are some of the more topics that come up on a regular basis? I know you do all kind of topics, but what are the main concerns of SL? You know what I mean? You know, I'm sure some people want to talk about the same thing every time you go, okay, let's go. You know, and some people have the same issues. What are the main issues that people are having in SL from a talk show?
Well, from a talk show standpoint, it's mostly dealing with personal relationships, SL relationships. Mind you, we do try to keep it SL, but sometimes we touch on RL. Relationships is one of the big topics. Women trying to understand men trying to understand women. Sometimes personal relationships come up where they talk on their topics, but in all, I would say relationships. We talk on business, sometimes rarely politics. We try to keep a lot of religious views out of it, because two things that causes the biggest arguments is religion and politics.
And money.
Mostly politics. You can talk about money, long as you ain't lending it.
Right.
You good.
I always say, if
you don't lend out money, you're good. Right.
Stay out of my pocket. We're going to take a brief intermission and take a look at some footage from Late Night with Zane. And she's going to give you some a real bird-eye view of some of the things that go down on the show. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll be back right after this.
Alternative entertainment other than just clubbing the night or any night that we do the show. And I want to welcome some very special guests to the show tonight. But first, I got to give a shout out to Angeles Rhapsody, which will be one of our guests tonight. He has a lot to say. I want to say welcome, Angeles, to Late Night with Zane, and I find it an honor to have you here so we can hear Angeles and his life, his work, and his thoughts in SL. Also, I want to welcome our host back, Sweet Silky Honey, also Lewis Wonder, Zeke Daylight, and a host of other guests who will be showing, a host of other hosts who will be showing up later.
What can we call it? Is it Guns, Angeles? Is that what you go by to people that you are familiar with, or do you go by Angeles too?
Yeah, Guns is kind of a personal term that followed me from Pal Talk, but Angeles is just like how you say Los Angeles. It's Latin for the messenger, so that's my real name. So I'm used to people calling me Angelus or Angel, but you can call me Guns. It doesn't even matter. I know who you are.
How many women have you fucked in SL?
How many women have I fucked, like via the game or like on Skype or phone boat or real life?
We're gonna limit it to how many women have you primmed in SL?
Oh, Jesus. If I had to estimate, I would say about I don't know, between 50 and 60 maybe.
Heaven forbid,
If
copy
you
about
don't
it.
create,
How you
if
gonna
you're
feel
not
about it?
creating that, I'm gonna call a swagger jacker a swagger jacker. It is what it is. You understand me? But if you're not creating something, if you don't create it, then you can't. How can you be upset that somebody else went out?
If you have any talents, gift the gab, could tell some jokes, you're a funny person. If you are a singer, anything like that, or have some ideas, just contact us here. Contact myself or Sweet Silky Honey or anyone on the staff.
Cause you know, you got your KKK clan, but on the flip side, you got your Black is Back. Alright now, brother man, we gon' kill Whitey and we gon' Million Man March back to the motherland.
The smell of something different in the air. Or maybe you can remember something fuzzy on your tongue that felt like hair. Or had a bubble in the back of your throat. Or your mouth was so full, if anything else entered, you would choke.
Articulate hate. Cells by cell, I hate them all individually. Words can't describe how much I hate you. This is a hate poem.
I can see you fine. I can see you smart. I love your mind, but I want your heart.
Do you feel that urban SL don't measure up? I mean, urban-owned businesses, urban SL-owned businesses, NSL don't measure up to the expectation of urban SL.
I wouldn't say that.
All right, we're back from that brief small break. What was that? They're gonna have to go to your show to see everything in more detail. So let's talk some more about your show, man.
You know, if you're open-minded, you're able to just accept people for who they are and not prejudge anyone, you good to go. And we get people from all walks of life, all communities, up and Second Life, coming in to enjoy the show. The show is picking up tremendously, and I'm surprised that it's doing great. And the name is getting out of the Late Night with Zane show.
Well, you definitely got the gift, the gab, and you're a pleasing person to listen to as far as these topics. So you make it easy to come to your show, sit down, you know, regardless of what genre or background that you come from. That's gonna keep you going. And do you have anything that you would like to say to your public and your fans and people that come to your show that's going to be watching this small segment of a talk show host being interviewed on a talk show?
Well, I'd like to give a shout out, if I may, to my daughter Silky, who has been a fantastic help throughout this whole process. And I'd like to also thank Daddy, my girl. We've been friends on here for about 6 years. I mean, she builds sets, she do city and any kind of building that I needed to do, you know, and she's very positive and helped me through a lot of things, you know, as in getting started. Also to Zeke Daylight, I first met this guy. He came to the show as a host, and he has been very dedicated. So dedicated to the show where I have other talk shows trying to steal him from me now. You know, certain
They want the good
break or spinoffs of my show. You know.
Yeah, they want the good ones. They always want the good ones.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to those who didn't think that you'd still be going at this point in time in your SL career, time in life?
Well, one thing about experience, it taught me this. If something comes to you out of the blue, it's for you. It might be a gift. And there's nothing that you can do to tear that down. Because it's sort of like a gift. And if you try to imitate it, it's not going to go far because it wasn't given to you in the first place. And about my haters, keep hating, because haters, you're giving me the advertisement I need. And I look at you in a positive way. Without you, a lot of people wouldn't have known me in the first place. Right. So keep hating.
Right. Well, this is Rockford Ewing with Double Trouble Entertainment, and it's been a pleasure for me to stand here within the presence of Zane Alex with Late Night with Zane, and y'all really need to check him out. He has a lot to offer on his show. It's fun, it's exhilarating, exciting, and explosive. And I, for one, have enjoyed the times that I've gone there 2 or 3 times, and I intend to go back. And I just want you to know, keep doing a good job. So you can sign off and let your people know, take your waves and say anything you want to say before I cut off.
Send out a shout out also to Lewis, the Boss Man Wonder, that boy Gutter, Baby Joe, Snaps. We got a new addition coming to the show. I got to give her a holler, even though she's going to star tonight. Kara, she's coming into the show as a host, and we have a host of others in the show as hosts. And I know they're going to be mad at me because I didn't call their names out.
Yeah.
But you know,
in these situations, it's hard to get everybody that makes a difference. But they should know that if they're still with you and they're working with you, that you appreciate them. What we do is hard to get all the thank you in. But this is Rockford Ewing and Zane Alex, and we're signing off with Double Trouble Video. And y'all, like I always say before every video ends, this is always to be continued. It's never over. Signing off. Rock.